Chambers? Do the orders and head over. Now you are a senior Oh, no, Mr. President, just want to thank you for your support. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. We are back. The show is called TBR SSF Show, which simply means TBR Solution, a sports forum. One may ask, what is TBR? TBR is nothing else but the big R solutions. Now, why we went for TBR, we wanted to shorten the name, okay? We wanted to shorten the name. In business, they say 3 words are powerful, all right? So that is why we went for a TBR. So I've just explained it. I'm not by myself. I'm here with a Pagania, Pagachuchu, a Thabo Ramohapi, a Tembisen of note, homeboy. He's with me today. Pagachuchu, how are you doing?
Saubrey, I'm good, but can we for now, be called to South Africa?
Okay.
I'll talk about
yeah,
being a Pagani yeah.
Guess it was Paga Sundowns level.
No, but you know my standpoint, and I've made an example with Spain. I've made an example with Germany.
Yes.
For me,
yes.
Like I quoted to Nelson Mandela, it doesn't matter whether the cake is black or white, as long as it can catch mine.
Yeah.
Whether you put in Kaiser Chiefs, the whole Kaiser Chiefs team there, it's not a problem, as long as they give me the results I'm looking for.
Exactly. Let me tell you something very important. We don't know this thing that is called life. I don't know whether you must listen to Vladimir Putin being interviewed.
Lord.
Yeah, the 2.5 hour interview. I was very much, the history, how powerful the history is. He was relating the history of Russia, how it started. You know what? It's beautiful. All right. But that's in passing. Now, the other thing that I wanted to say to you is, look, when you do things and you don't get paid, you get rewarded one way or another. I like doing these things and then they don't pay me. Look, this is cool. I hope you see this.
Yeah. The TBR Foundation.
Chazongwane Primary
Mm.
School. They did me a nice cap called the Big R Foundation.
Yeah.
Which is good, because you do those little things you don't know, and then they caught me by surprise to say, here is a present, and here at home I'm using this one. Thabinho, let's get started. Bafana Bafana. They've done extremely well, all right? Lot can be said. Robin Williams has done well. A whole lot. Yes, I know Tebogo Mgwena missed a penalty. In fact, two, if I'm not mistaken. One during the shootout. I think the one during the game, during the normal 90 minutes. But they did well. Tebogo was playing well just before that. Penalty is part of the game. And penalty, everybody missed the penalty. You know what? It's not a fluke that the boys have done well. Now, let me share this with you. Bafana Bafana, they won what you call the fair play of the tournament. Not only that, Thabinho, not only the issue of the fair play, apparently they are being invited left and right because people are so impressed with the football that they were playing. So that's an added value, all right? It didn't end there. I know me and you at some point were very critical of the coach, but he has proven that he's a good coach. He has done well. And I want to couple this with Danny Jordan. I hear the name of Danny always coming in. And then sometimes I ask questions. How do you assess success? If I'm in football, I must win, all right? Okay? Let's say when you're at school, how a teacher is being judged, the kids must pass. You are currently working for Vodacom. How do we judge Vodacom? By increasing the subscribers, by ensuring that the cash flow of the company is healthy. That's how you judge.
The network is stable.
Other things are periphery. I don't know whether you have read Steve Jobs' biography, my favorite CEO, my favorite businessman. Steve's character, it's not a character for one to desire, unpalatable. Even people who work with this say, hey, this guy is difficult to work with him. But Steve turned things around. And he made Apple the top company that we are speaking of. I don't want to take credit away from Tim Cook. Tim Cook has done well. By the way, Tim Cook was identified by Steve Jobs. All right. So this is where I'm coming. I'm saying if you say Daniel's failed, we have won the Afcon. All right. Banyana. Okay. We've gone up to the semi-final of the CAF Cup after 24 years. All right. And then, so those are my arguments. All right. I was speaking to one of my friends and he must leave. I said, okay, fine. He can leave maybe due to age, but this age thing, it's very debatable. I don't know. Those are some of the things that I wanted us to look at. And then I also want us to look at Ronwen Williams. So yeah, let me allow you to come in also to have a say on the subject.
But so for me, Hugo Broos have done well. against all odds, despite the criticism. I know I'm one of, his critics, but I'm enjoying the humble pie now. He made me eat the humble pie. 24 years later, we were getting ourselves, a medal. Our boys got exposure. I mean, playing in Afcon, you give the exposure because you get all those European scouts there. Rumors are flying. I don't believe in rumors, but rumors are flying that, a lot of our players, might get, offers overseas, which is a good thing for our football. Look, Danny have been, against a lot. I know South Africa struggled at one stage, but looking at how our national teams are doing or playing, I think we are getting there. He's on the right track, and I hope he will be able, to bring more into the game. And the one thing I like is that the Bafana Bafana performance, having instilled, confidence in South Africans, and hopefully the stadiums will be tied to the rafters again, like they used to back in the 1996. Hugo Broos, I'm glad he's going to stay until 2026. Hopefully, Daniel's got a plan after his departure. Somebody will be developed, and there will be, working very close with Hugo Broos, so that when he leaves, there's continuation, not disruption.
We must never underestimate. Welcome, Tshepang, last born. He has joined us. We must never. We must never underestimate the role that is being played by PSL. Dr. Khoza and his team. You hear people say, Samuel Eto'o said, I don't understand why South Africa is struggling. Because they have the best league in Africa. All right. Now let me tell you something. More than 90%, if it was not 90 or more percent players who were there were local players against people who were playing overseas. So
and the same
we may
the same
say
with these European-based players. With one of my favorite legends on the bench, Kgole song, they fail to rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
Big ups to PSL. I agree with you, Brazil.
Yeah. And then, when Dr. Ivan Khoza came up with the concept of disking, because we don't have school football anymore. We don't have the local. We still have a long way to go, as a country. We have lagged. One day I was going out here in front of my house. I see boys playing football. They have to play here because there are no grounds. There are absolutely no grounds except in schools, and largely the former Model C schools. The township schools, they don't have space. Now, this disc thing has come up with an unearthing of talent. So that is why I say big up. The only thing that they need to iron out is the relationship between the two organizations. I think they need to go to Boss Berard now and iron out issues. If there are personality issues between Dr. Danny Jordan and Dr. Ivan Khoza, they must sort these things up. I think they need to rise above personality and be men enough, be leaders, all right, and for the sake of football. But for me, we are doing exceptionally well. But I'll show you in terms of Afcon, where do we stand, all right? Remember, we have a local coach who has won Afcon, which is the late Clive Barker. So people can't say we have done bad, And then when you have teams like England, they're still struggling to win Euro, all right? And football started in England. Do you understand? All right, Tshepang, welcome to the show. As much as we are celebrating, I was asking you a question to say, I know when we discuss, I still hear people saying Danny must leave and all that. I'm saying, what yardstick are you using to measure a person? Tshepang, what's your take about
Yes,
Bafana Bafana to start with?
yes, no, good morning to you, Mr. Shabalala, and to you, Mr. Thabinho, and to the viewers out there. Yeah, my first take is okay, Bafana Bafana as a whole. People say that we are celebrating a bronze medal achievement, but that bronze medal achievement has come a long way because the boys, I could say that they've really proved us wrong. The coach as well proved us wrong. You know, beginning of the competition, we've been hearing stories saying that our coach is very arrogant, very stubborn, and things won't work towards our favor, you know, but they proved us wrong. Actually, the boys were supposed to go all the way, you know. We had an opportunity to win this competition, but sometimes when you're in a building phase, this is where you need to end in order so that when you come back the second time, it will prove to everyone that this is a team to look out for and you can actually do better, you know. So Bafana Bafana as a whole, for me personally, I think this is a group which we can carry moving forward. We can build from this team. Keep the coach as well. I'm glad that the coach is staying. Now he knows he's got a team to build on. This is what we've been waiting for so many years, that we didn't have a squad to build on, but now we have a squad to build on. So I think going forward, there will be trophies that will be coming in South Africa, you know, based on what the work has been done so far. And there's a lot of work to be done, honestly, you know, I mean, from our development structures and going up as well. But I could say SAFA played a huge role as well. I think they stepped up when it came to this competition, particularly, you know, and trying to figure out how they can help the team moving forward. The PSL as well has worked so hard. I mean, I would say even for Mamelodi Sundowns to give us such players that we are able to carry in the AFCON, you know, that helped us a lot by having a lot of local based players playing in the squad than overseas players. Because sometimes having a lot of overseas players in a national team, the players don't actually connect, don't click. They have the experience, yes, but they can't gel well together because everyone is scattered everywhere. But having a core that you know that is maybe based at a certain organization helps the team move forward because you are able to build with that team. It gives you that sense of structure, you know, within an organization. So I think we're headed in the right way. We just need to be more aggressive in terms of how we're going to build this phase going forward and the development side of things.
Thabinho, where you are sitting, what do you say to a player like Foster? Okay, we know that SAFA says they're going to investigate. We don't know the facts, whether it's him or whether it was the team. I like one player, you know, the guy who scored the winning goal for Ivory Coast. When they ask
Sebastian Heller.
Yeah, when they ask him a question, will you stay or rather be with your team or join the national team? So that question itself, it borders around undermining the Africans. He said the question is not appropriate, all right? He said, will you ask the same question to the European players when they talk about Europe? And that's it. Yeah. That's a fact. Do you understand? And this debate, we are not sure. I think Dr. Motsepe too must look into this, whether it is us who are creating a problem. Because if I remember quite well, FIFA at some point, they said, align your tournament with the European League. Do you understand? So CAF said, no, we want to keep it this way. Copa America, when do they play Copa America? Is during winter time? When I say winter time, winter in Europe, not yet. Or is during the football season? Thabinho? I know you're the man of research.
Yeah, but Saubrey, I think as Africans, I would agree with you to say as Africans we are undermined in all spheres, be it, in politics, business, sports, and otherwise. Nobody gives us respect, but it's time we put our foot down and say the bus stops here. Look, the European tournament don't clash with the European season. Players are given enough time to go and contest, but with Africans it's a problem. You asked a question about Lyle Foster. Look, for me, he's still young. We've had these problems with Benny McCarthy, we've had these problems with Quinton Fortune, we've had these problems with Steven Pienaar. But big ups to Sbusiso Zuma. He never gave us a problem. He was always available whenever we needed him. The boy needs
While you're
somebody
still
to
there,
sit down
sorry
and
to
talk.
cut you short, while you're still there, Steven was even better. The worst one was Quinton Fortune.
Yeah.
At some point, I couldn't understand why Safa brings Quinton Fortune closer. Because Quinton did not want to hear. Ben is even better.
Yeah. I think some of these boys think they're bigger than the squad, the Bafana Bafana team, and at times we need to show them who we are. Just okay, Lyle, we need to investigate and still find out what went wrong. But for me, I think he's still young. Opportunity availed itself to play in the Premier League, and maybe he wanted to stamp his position in the starting lineup. It could be one of the reasons. But I think for company, his coach, I have so much respect for him. From his days at Man City, he could have done it better. He could have released the boy. The boy needed a platform like Afcon, to go and market himself. Look, his team is not doing well. They're battling relegation. No one would understand why they didn't release him, but they should have came up with better reasons. I'm not saying I don't take mental illness very serious. It's a very serious challenge. If the boy indeed suffered from mental illness, he needs to be excused. He needs to go and focus. And again, I would say a tournament like Afcon have got too much pressures compared to playing in a local league like the EPL. In Afcon is going to meet the cream a la cream of African players. And that's where he needs to prove that it's not a fluke that he plays in the EPL.
No, but on the other hand, I've seen the cozy relationship between Dr. Patrice Motsepe and the president of FIFA, Infantino. I think it should be to our advantage. Because the other thing, we also have to blame as Africans. Why are we adamant? Why don't we want to align? Remember, we need to acknowledge the majority of players are making their bread and butter in Europe. So why should we align our league with the European tournament? Because, considering those factors that, look, most of our players are making money there and then they go there. So for us to get the optimum result, let's align. So these are ideas that we throw in. Remember, we are not even professional journalists, and then but we do as what we see, and then maybe we'll be afforded the news and understand what's happening. But good luck, guys. Let's move on quickly to the young man who has proven beyond reasonable doubt that he's a gem. What do you call Ronwen Williams. But let's start here first. Now I want to show you how well we have done. Okay, look, these are the awards. I hope you can see them, guys. The EcoBank.
Yes, you can see them.
best goalkeeper was Rowan Williams. And then the Air Cote d'Ivoire Player Team Award was Bafana Bafana. We have won a fair play. And then the Puma Golden Boot, it has gone to a player from Guinea, Emilo. I think it's Emilo. I can't see properly. And then Puma Silver Boot, it went to Dala with 4 goals. And Puma Bronze went to Mustafa Mohammed, Egypt. At least Egypt always appear there. All right, total energy man of the competition, and then is Willem Trust Ekong of Nigeria. And then the best young player is Simon Andigra of Cote d'Ivoire. The best coach is MSF Faye of Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast. Now, at least this is fairly spread, and then we are featuring very prominently. So for me, that on its own, that shows that we haven't done bad as a country. We've done well, but I want to talk about this young man, Rowan Williams. This young man has done well. I saw something on the Facebook, which I'll share with you now, to show that what he has done. Is the first goalkeeper to take 4 penalties in a tournament. It has never happened in the World Cup. It has never happened in the Afcon. He was the first one. And then he's in the Guinness of Books record. Now, if you remember quite well, the World Cup, seven games, Messi became man of the match of 5 games, all right? Then I'll show you how Robin Williams has done. But let me hear you guys say, what do you say? Who wants to go first? Thabinho, do you want to go first? Robin Williams?
Tshepang can go, yeah. Tshepang can go first. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no. Ronan Williams had a superb, amazing tournament. We were very fortunate that at the last game, the Nigerian goalkeeper Nwabali conceded 2 goals, so which made him, which made Ronan Williams the goalkeeper of the tournament. You know, with the amount of clean sheets of 5. You know, so played very well. Yes, age is still on his side. Still someone that we can still build on with, you know, as he's still our captain, our skipper, you know. Played very well, had a good tournament. For goalkeepers, we all know that they still have time, even playing overseas. So he might still get an opportunity, you know, if Sundowns will allow, you know, to just give him that platform to at least spread his wings just for a couple of years, you know, before he retires overseas. Because definitely there are a lot of teams that are knocking right now at the door, you know, for Ronan Williams. So it will depend on the club or the deals or whatever, what will happen moving forward. But we're truly blessed to have such a gem, you know, in the national team. It's been a while since we've had someone like this, you know, after the likes of Itumeleng Khune, your Senzo Mayiwas, your Monique Josephs, you know. It's very amazing, and to see that we've got such talent, you know, especially when it comes to goalkeepers. I think in South Africa, we're very blessed, you know, to have such generation after generation. So yeah, big ups to him, played very well, very humble human being as well. And you should see how he was actually lifting the whole team up in the competition as they were playing as well. It's never someone who looks down, but is always lifts up his chin and encourages the team to go forward. So this is a big one for us. It's a win for us all and for him as well. So yeah, congratulations to Ronan Williams.
Thabinho, what do you want to say?
Yeah, but also, you know, I would agree with Tshepang. The future looks, you know, bright. In Europe, they prefer them, you know, older and matured. I remember one, David Seaman. You still remember David Seaman?
Yeah, David Seaman. Yeah.
He played until he was 40. The great Oliver Kahn from Germany played until he was 41. Gigi
Buffon,
from
Buffon.
Italy.
Buffon as well. Buffon as well.
Yeah. He also played, and Dida, the Brazilian. They played until at later. Look, Ronald Williams still have time on his side. He can still get that overseas contract. 32 is not that old according to me. For an infield player, 32 looks a little bit older. The boy has done well. He kept his focus. He led us from the front. He fought with his life. He put his body on the line, for the team to succeed. Unfortunately, against Nigeria, it was not meant to be. But they always say in football, you win some, you lose some. But I'm proud of him. You mentioned that he has broken records. He's made records. His name is shining. His name is out there. The world knows about Roland Williams, and we can improve from here. Look, what we also need to do is we need to have an understudy on Ronwen, because sometimes our players tend to retire before time. But we need to develop these young goalkeepers. We need to have somebody who will work very close with Ronwen and learn, a thing or two from him. But big up to him. I'm proud of him.
I'll tell one thing before I go there. Let me remind you out there that please continue to subscribe and like and comment, because that's very important. That will give us to grow, and then so that we also improve our product. And as you can see down here, www.tbr.solutions, that's our website. You can go to our website and check what we are doing. We are a financial company, basically. So you can just check what are we doing and how can we help you. Now, before I move to the other segment, because I still want to share something pertaining to Rowan Williams, just to show how well the young man has done. He has done absolutely well. Something that is very, very pleasing to see the young man, what he has done. So for me, I'm still very proud of him. And then I said, young man, continue to make us proud. Not only that, we still want to see what I like about him too. The young man, he's so humble. He's so humble. And I hear you guys talking about overseas. Me, I have a different approach. Dr. Patrice has come in and poured money into football. I would prefer that our players should remain at home so that we grow our football. Let them pay him whatever that they offer. That would be good. We see that Saudi Arabia, they're building their football. So why can't we also focus on building our football? So that would be me. Look, this is something that I want to share. I hope you can see. The boy, 7 games, 5 clean sheets, 3 goals conceded, 20 saves, and he has done 86.96 save percentage. But not only that, there was also man of the match. Man of the match for me, it's important because it means you have beaten about 21 guys in the field of play. So for me, that's very critical. And then the other thing that I want to share, look here, we have Clive Barker, one of our coach, which means our football is not far behind. He's there among the best coaches. And when I look the coaches who have won this tournament before, I see locals from other countries, which is good. But before we can leave, I want to say congratulations to Ivory Coast for hosting what a successful tournament. And it was cherry on top for them to win the tournament. The stadium was full to rafters. And then also congratulations to CAF. They've done well. They've outdone themselves by organizing a very successful tournament. And while I'm still there, I want to say big up to Nigeria. They need to lift their heads up. Nigeria, this is not the best Nigeria. We know Nigeria produce the best players. That's my
These
opinion.
are super dogs.
Yeah, as you said, super doves. Yeah, that's my opinion. I know Pito was saying they're the best, but for me, I've seen better Nigeria compared to this one. But
on paper, they're good.
Yeah, for them to go to the finals, I think they need to pep themselves at the back. All the guys who are supporting there, your JJ Okocha, I saw him in the games. So big up, and the Bull, they were there. So big up to Nigerians. They've done well. They've done extremely well. They can build from here to the next level. Now, in closing remarks, Thabinho, what do you want to say? So that you also do as well.
Yeah, I think we have a good story to tell, Saubrey. If you have seen one of my posts on social media, to say, PSL-based players pushed, European-based Nigerian players to the limit. I mean, that shows that, we have players. They just have to focus and believe that, they can also do it. Like you said, we need to pay our players, better money to avoid them going, overseas. But unfortunately, financially, our teams are not well resourced.
Yeah.
But we'll also need that European exposure a little bit because let's not limit ourselves to Afcon. There's also World Cup. Yeah.
Right.
But all in all, it's a good story. We have a good story to tell.
All right. Tshepang?
Yes, no, I'll agree with Mr. Thabinho there that we've got a good story to tell. Moving forward, we've got a team to build on, as I said as well. So we need to carry this with us moving forward and then try to do better, strengthen our league, be more aggressive. Also, when it comes to the development side of things, we need to be more aggressive. So as Mr. Thabinho was saying that we need an understudy for Ronwen, which is true, but for other players as well, which are going to leave the national team now, there's a few experienced players. We know that in the next 2 years, they won't be there anymore. So we need to start showing signs of who's willing to step up or who's going to step up and start raising their hands and being part of this building phase. But overall, good tournament. I think one of the best tournaments, ever when it comes to the Afcon. It was a huge success. Thank you to Dr. Patrice Motsepe, and also congratulations to our national team and Ivory Coast as well.
Shall we start by saying we ask Kev now to start rallying behind Ivory Coast to host the next World Cup? Yeah, that would be nice. The next World Cup, let it go to Ivory Coast. They've done well. They've outdone themselves. What impresses most was the fact that Saddam was saying, hey, there's no crime there. There's no crime. He said you can leave your phone here at the stadium on your seat, go and come back, you'll find it there. That's a very good story to tell. So big up. Ivory Coast, prepare yourself. Didier Drogba, start preparing yourself, bidding for the next World Cup. We want the World Cup to come to Africa. Guys, thank you so much. And then let me remind people out there, we are a financial company. We are currently busy with a campaign of assisting the people who are the members of the GPF who wants to leave, but they are not yet 60. And then they are worried about the penalties. Of course, they'll be penalized because you have to leave between 60 and 65. You can't exceed 65. That's an employment condition. So there's no qualms, but you can still exit as long as you're 55. You can still exit, and then we can show you how to do it. Just look at our WhatsApp, and without being penalized, not even a cent, just look at our WhatsApp, and then drop us a WhatsApp. And follow us on our social media. We've got TikTok. We are giving financial education. There's quite a lot that we are giving. All right, that's our focus. Guys, thank you so much. And good luck, and we'll talk again come weekend. Much appreciated. I thank your time because, it's not easy to wake up very early in the morning. We are so busy. all of us. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Bye-bye.